Oh, I have to keep starting over and over again because I get so emotional. I hope y'all are at home enjoying the show, eating your popcorn, having your wake and bakes, and just enjoying life. I don't know about you, but I just feel so at ease and at peace. Yes, all praises to the Most High. And across the board, our people are understanding. That's the Holy Mother over the airwaves telling her children to be at peace. This is none of our business. You know why it's none of our business? Because we are no longer under their governance. We are free. We are truly free because our minds are free. Yeah, that's why we receive the message to stay out of it. It's none of our business with these protests. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of energy out there on April 5th, which I send my blessings to all of those, no matter who they are, that are taking their energy of empathy to go against Donald Trump and Elon Musk, the false prophet and the Antichrist. I bless them, y'all. No, we're not going to be out there. This is none of our business. Our business is to stay home under our governance. Yeah. But since they're going against our enemies, the enemies of humanity, really, and they're taking their energy out there to do it, yeah, I bless them. Yeah, I bless them. Take y'all energies out there. I heard it was like almost 2 billion people committed to it already in all but I think 3 states. So you got all the rest of the states where people, whether they be blue or red, is going to be protesting Donald Trump and Elon Musk. And that's why we must have wisdom to bless these people. Yeah, may the Most High keep them safe. And I restrain you, Hashatan, from using lethal force against the protesters or harming them in any way. If your police officers, especially in New York, for some reason, they asses, you can see it all over the world where these colonizers got their grasp and control over police. You can see that with the pro-Palestinian protests. They always went against the protesters, peaceful protesters. Well, if they try to agitate the crowd, they're going to really feel the numbers. They're going to feel the numbers. Yes. And guess what? In this protest, people are not going out there to beg Donald Trump and Elon Musk. They're going out to demand Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Yep, to do the right thing. They want them out. Donald Trump tricked everybody. He tricked those Hispanics. Look how he tricked them. Those white Hispanics. Tricked the hell out of them. Yeah, made them feel like they were going to be a part, of the crew that get all the benefits. While everybody took everything away from us. That's why it's none of our business. Those Trump supporters that voted for Donald Trump, anybody, red, yellow, black, or white, that voted for Donald Trump, voted for him because they thought that he was going to take everything away from us and give it to them, distribute it among them, even the white Hispanics. Yeah. Look at y'all. Yeah, so that's why it's none of our business. We know that it's evil and unjust. But the same thing that they did to those migrants when they kidnapped them just because of the way that they looked and took them to put them on airplanes and took them to that notorious prison in El Salvador where they treat people like dogs. They did my ancestors much worse. You Spaniards. You white Spaniards. You originated from Spain and Portugal and shit. And y'all participated in the same thing, but much, much worse with our ancestors. So my empathy goes to my ancestors that suffered like this, just got kidnapped. Everything that they stole our rulership. We talking about kings and queens and, educated people and magicians and troubadours and prophets and saints. Yeah, that ruled the world at one time. Y'all just went into, our lands. It just happened to happen on the United States of America now. But they just kidnapped us like that. And our ancestors and put them in ships. And for the months they were at sea, getting seasick, and they were getting tortured and raped and thrown overboard and starved. And it's the truth. That's what you Spaniards did. You white Spaniards did. And y'all came over here and y'all mixed with some indigenous people. I'm talking about black indigenous people too, because we were the indigenous people. Yep. And then who you call Native Americans, they mixed with us too. But they're from, like, their origin is like Mongolia. So see, you all came in and you mixed with us, and then you come up with a mix of people, but we were actually the indigenous people of the land. And when y'all stole all of our land from us, stole all the land from us, y'all stole all the damn land from us. That's why, we only have 1% of black farmers in the United States of America. You guys took, you did it from over there too, because see, when y'all stole all of our businesses and our lands and our wealth and our farms, yeah, and our trade, you stole everything. And then you worked the owners of the land that you stole it from, you made them out of slaves. You made them out of slaves to work on their own farms, and you worked them to death. And you took the children away to Catholic, what do they call them? They don't call them foster care. Orphanages. Catholic orphanages, so that they could start erasing our memory. That's what you did. Anyway, I know I went over the hills and through the woods with that one, but it needed to be said because these Spaniards are catching it. So we have this big protest going on April 5th. Yeah, well, we going to sit at home and enjoy the show. Yeah, because it's going to be a big show. You think those pro-Palestinian protests, you think they were huge. Just wait until that day on April 5th. Even Trump supporters that finally say it's taken them a while to break out of that hived mind because it's hitting them. I thought that when he swindled $43 billion away from just Trump supporters, that's what some Bitcoin kind of collectors or something. But they straight up swindled mainly the target market Trump supporters with that meme coin for inauguration. And these people know that they got swindled. They swindled their asses in front of the world. With that one, they swindled those people. And they know it now. So but still, you don't hear them talking about it. I'm like, well, good grief. He gets to swindle him and everybody on the podium, his billionaire friend, his close friends were the ones that were invested in the Bitcoin. So everybody that was on the platform that was already billionaires used that opportunity to swindle Trump supporters, and they didn't even talk about it. I mean, some of them lost their life savings, but they don't talk about it. Why? I guess some of them feel like fools and embarrassed. And other ones just will never say, they'll just say, trust the plan, trust the plan. As if he swindled their assets. So now we see that they're losing their jobs, they're losing their farms, they're losing their 401ks, those are disappearing. The American dream is now a nightmare because of Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Yep. So we have millions of people that's going to show up on April 5th out in the streets, honey. Ooh, I'm going to sure enough have my favorite snacks. Ooh, I'm going to be chilling and zoned in on what's going to happen on that day because the revolution is going to be televised. Yeah, while we're sitting at home watching it because it's none of our business. It really isn't because we're not under their governance anymore. We are free. We are free in our minds. We are masters of our own energy. And we are connected now. We are unified. All of us are waking up. So the Most High, before I even knew it was called Signalgate, when it first came in the news, if you look at the video before it was called Signalgate, yeah, mother had downloaded to me that the Most High was dismantling this U.S. government because of Signalgate. It wasn't even called that yet. It was just a program called that app called Signal that was involved in it. So she said that the Most High was dismantling this present status quo, and he is dismantling it. And the energy of the people, I'm telling you, is going to take them out. That's why we have wisdom. We have the wisdom to know that the energy of empathy will take Hashatan out, right? Now, no, we're going to stay at home doing just what we're doing now, talking about the whole thing. We're going to be relaxing, we're going to be resting, but we're going to be watching and talking about it, okay? But this energy of empathy, even with our enemies, our foes, is very important to dismantling this present status quo. And it is growing, growing, growing. And people are getting more angry as they're losing things. And as they give themselves impunity, even with Signalgate, the more they talk, the more people get angry. I told Hashatan, I told you spies out there, when you get on the airwaves, it's going to be a huge backfire. And every time Donald Trump opened his mouth about Signalgate, every time all of them that were involved in Signalgate open their mouths, the people get angrier and angrier, and they reject them more and more. That energy is rejecting, rejecting, rejecting. And that's why we have the wisdom to know how important this energy of empathy is in this great reset. So, me personally, I bless all of them. This is the time I will even bless my enemy to be safe out there and to have courage and fortitude, and that whatever their motive is, whether they lost everything or not, if they taking their energy out there, so be it. So be it. And Donald Trump, you will not use lethal force on these protesters. Their motto is peaceful, loud, and happy. That's how they're going to start out, like they always do, like the pro-Palestinian protesters that U.S. government sick the police on all over the planet. As a matter of fact, Popo all over the planet was on the side of the colonizers against their own family members. Anyway, yeah. So in this case, because Mother led us to do some magic against magic and foil Hashatan's plans, we dealt with a song called Sympathy to the Devil, and it explains the devil's game and what he does and how he does it and what he wants to do. And in that song, if you look at the video, you have peaceful protesters out there, and you know they have bombs like dropping on them, and the military shooting people up and shit in that video. So that's what they would like to do, but we destroyed that magic. So if they use lethal force in any way, what's going to happen is that the crowd is going to get more and more angry with them. They're going to get more angry. See, when you take everything away from a person, what do they have to lose? And so you're going to have that mindset along with a greater anger, and the energy is going to be heightened. And Donald Trump, because of those idiots with Signalgate, the military does not trust them. Military personnel in these United States do not trust Donald Trump nor his whole crew. So do you think that they're going to go out there for Donald Trump and them to attack United States citizens? Do you think they're going to do that? After you replaced Lloyd Austin, a 4-star general, that had respect for the game. That's why they quieted him down. He had respect for the game. These people have no respect. They're the children of the devil. That's exactly who they are. Yes, honey. And so they got rid of Lloyd Austin, which was a Doge. I'm just going to say Doge like everybody else. It was a Doge move. And they took him out, and they took another 5-star general out, one of us, in a Doge move, and they replaced him with idiots, or with an idiot, Pete Hegseth. Yeah. See, that's what y'all get. See, that's why it's none of our business, because we ain't in no ways under Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the fucking Antichrist, and I have too much evidence to prove it. And so now you got all these people with their energy that's going to come against him. And we restrained Hashatan from using lethal force on protesters. So if he oversteps that bound and one person gets killed, one person, just one, that's going to spark off something that they have no idea. They can't deal with it because the military is against them now. Because they just, giving themselves impunity for what a lot of people would consider to be treason. Because we got, and disclosing top secret that they don't want to call top secret because they don't want to deal with the magnitude of the punishment. So they saying, no, it's not top secret. It's not top secret for us to discuss our war plans, because that's exactly what they are. These words, no matter what they call it, that was war plans, because they did it. So they were planning to do it, and he, was top secret. And so the military, so they already start snatching everything away from the veterans. Like, the United States use your ass up. You ain't good to fight in this battle, so we just gonna trash you. That's how they've been treating the veterans. And the enlisted men see all of this, and the generals see all of this. And then they took out our history, and then they went further with it, with Arlington Cemetery shenanigans to try to go against us, because it's all about us. That's why he keep doing shit like that. Yep. And so you have some soldiers that are white too. White soldiers too. They might not have cared. Some of them might not have cared about them getting rid of and don't enlist any more blacks. And good. They might have been happy with that. And that was fine with me. But now, because of this Signalgate situation and them giving Pete Hegseth impunity and excuses for putting this whole United States of America in danger. And we don't know how many times they did it, because they love to tweet. They love to text. People text now. That's the communication. So no telling how many times these idiots did that, putting this whole nation in jeopardy. Made this United States look so fucking weak, just like they did in that attack that they did. They say, oh, it was a great success. No, it wasn't. You got to look deeper into it. It wasn't a great success, okay? They took out some people, but the Houthis was fighting back, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So they leaked it out. So does the military personnel trust them when the one at the highest level over all the generals, that just, I think he's just a colonel or something like that. He ain't no general, man. And they giving him impunity because he's hive-minded and to do whatever Donald Trump say, like attack protesters too. Bring this war inside these United States of America. He could do that too. Against protesters. I know that's Homeland Security, but they use the National Guard and military to do it with. And believe me, they want to do it. On January 20th, Donald Trump signed an executive order to use the Insurrection Act. And he gave them 90 days, which is April 20th is the 90th day. He gave, okay, I'm just going to read it. On January 20th, 2025, when President Trump was signing all those fucking executive orders, this is one of them. Trump signed an executive order requiring the Secretary of Defense and the Secretary of Homeland Security to, within 90 days, submit to the President a joint report from the Secretary of Defense and Homeland Security. He wanted them to have a little think tank and submit to the President a joint report about the conditions at the southern border of the United States and any recommendations regarding additional action. Blah, blah, blah. So you got the Secretary of Defense and the Secretary of Homeland Security. That means that they were trying to bring that shit here. I'm telling y'all, they had planned to do what they did in Israel. They planned to do it over here in the United States of America. And this is the Insurrection Act, which Donald Trump has his fucking nerves using this one. The Insurrection Act of 1807. When they was creating all of these acts and laws and shit in the government, when they were colonizing, he's coughing them all up. Because when he deported those immigrants over to El Salvador, He enacted a one from 85, the Alien Enemies Act. So they're going way back to when they were colonizing before, trying to use the same game that they used before to colonize. Because I told y'all they're trying to recolonize, but they're failing. Because who in the hell in the military feels safe after Signalgate? Who in the entire military that signed documents saying that if they did some shit like that, that they was going, hey, they was going to be court-martialed, yeah, dishonorable discharge, maybe even imprisonment. In this case, they would have went to prison. They would have went to prison. And they know it, but because it's Pete Hegseth, who's not even a general, that's over the protection of our country, to defend our country, is a bumbling idiot. The militaries already have a bad taste in their mouth with Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and all of the shenanigans. They have you need respect. So now when Donald Trump tried to, go by Pete Hegseth's recommendations from his think tank with the director of Homeland Security, the same ones that was involved in Signalgate, when he tries to go by their recommendations and come against the American people, I'm just saying American people, coming for humanity in these United States of America that don't line up with him so that he can rule with fear and destruction and violence, you're restrained, Hashatan. You don't even have the military to back you up anymore, except for those Nazis. It's not that many of them. We know that now. Yep. So, anyway, it's going to be an army of people out there taking that powerful energy the Most High is dismantling this United States government. I'm going to come back on the next video because I don't want to make this one too long. Yeah, but we know to stay home. That's number one. We know it's none of our business because we're under our Messiah's governance. Yeah, and we are united together, and our precious energy is winning this war. I'm going to come back on the next video of how the judicial system is being dismantled. Yeah, it's being dismantled with this whole thing. Okay, so let's go to the courts of the Most High regarding these protests. People have a right, Hashatan, to use their words. People have the right to feel the way that they feel. You've given them excuses to. Now, you just can't go killing people up and sicking military and National Guards on people to try to stop their words and their energy at this point, because I bind you up. You are restrained. Abracadabra. Anyway, y'all, let's go to the courts of the Most High. If you're new to my station, Zion is a geographical location where the Most High God of Israel set forth his plan from the beginning of time all the way to the end. And so shall it be. So, at STARSEED United, the Most High God of Israel has given us a magical means of communicating with him in his holy courts in Zion, where he marked this earth for judgment. That means all of the justice scales are going to be addressed. We are in the days of judgment. And so the Most High God of Israel hears us from this holy place. You see that left hand with all of that power and energy and fiery energy coming out of it? Just the left hand, just sitting out in the middle of nowhere, 400 feet from the tip of his index finger to the bottom of his wrist. Yep, and about that much across too. And he set forth his plan, and the devil's trying to fight against it. And, he created all of these fake ass scripts of how he wanted to bring a bunch of destruction to this planet and to humanity to gain control over it because he's lost it. And so, because the Most High God of Israel hears us, you might have a lot of catching up to do, but we've already destroyed the mark of the beast. We've already destroyed it. We have receipts on it. So that's not going to happen. Okay? It's not going to happen. All of those trainloads of coffins, when Obama was in office, they ordered trainloads of coffins that would hold up to 6 corpses. Because that's what Hashatan wants to do. Kill a lot of people. But see, there's signs and wonders in this area. That Nineveh is under judgment right now. It was all in the April 8th solar eclipses. And so humanity, Father, it looks like a lot of humanity is taking their energy of empathy to go against our enemy. And I ask that you keep them safe and let them express all of their anger and hatred towards the Antichrist and the false prophet. If one hair on their heads is harmed, Father, just let the energy increase. Just put a magical spell. If they touch anybody, let the energy that's going against them increase. Abracadabra. You showed the world the truth, Father, and they're making the decision to take their energy that they own against the Antichrist and the false prophet. And Father, we already see just from coming to you, to these holy courts with just a few people, that by you hearing us, you are dismantling this United States government. It is disintegrating as I speak because you pushed that button, Father. And we're looking at all your magic, Father, and it is just beautiful. This is beautiful, the way you're taking them down. Oh, Father, this is magnanimous, the way you're destroying this United States governance, because it has ruled evil and wickedly towards your children. And it's time for them to be removed, because they chose to rule with evil and with Hashatan. Yes, Father, I see that green bay tree. I see it withering away. I see branches falling all over the ground, leaves piled up. I see it disintegrating, Father, and I thank you. Thank you, Mother, for all of these strategies that you've given us to fight our enemies in a magical way. And Father, just knowing that you've heard us on so many occasions, I feel an explosion of hope. I see what you're doing, Father, and I thank you. Thank you, Mother, for all of these strategies. Thank you for all of the strategies. Mother of wisdom, the most beautiful one that we adore above all. Mother wisdom, Marihala, the Holy Spirit. Yes, she taught us our magic. She said it's magic against magic in the very beginning, because we had no power against them in this 3D. With them having the military and all the money and power, we had none to fight them back for what they wanted to do, and that's to steal our rulership, do a great genocide of our people, and the ones that are left over, make them slaves. That's what they wanted. And little by little, issue by issue, our Holy Mother gave us the strategies to fight it back, and we have the power because the Most High God of Israel bows the heavens to hear us. And he judges all the matters, like we're asking you to do with this right now, Father, that you judge this matter of these protests, and also of them trying to recolonize with them old bills. Let them be disintegrated, Father, abracadabra. Oh, Father, I thank you, so wonderful. Mother, you so wonderful. Big Bro Star, I see you fighting them in a multi-dimensional way. And I know the host of the Most High is standing by, but Nineveh seems to be repenting, protesting against our enemies. Yes. All praises to the Most High, STARSEED United. You know what to do. Give your Father praise and glory. Adore your beautiful mother and pledge your allegiance to our big brother, the King and the God of this earth. Oh, that is the download that I have for you today, STARSEED United. We are living in such exciting times. It is an honor to be here and be active in this great reset. And I want to salute all of my comrades that join me in the courts of the Most High God of Israel. You know it works. In a very short time, we have become more than conquerors by the skills of our homeschooling, by our Holy Mother. Yes, they are going down, honey. They are going down quickly. Do you hear me? They are going down quickly. Abracadabra, our redemption draweth nigh. And it's nothing stopping the Most High God of Israel's plan. He said that we are going to rule this planet with our big brother, the Black Messiah, the King and God of this earth. And it's going to happen. And nothing these little people can do to stop it. No. But they're trying, and we have been on the chessboard of the universe, and the Most High had us all over that chessboard. I don't know who we are, except for we have to be an elite group chosen by the Most High God of Israel. May the Most High bless us all, STARSEED United. Abracadabra. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share all of this good news. STARSEED United, STARSEED United for life. Yes, thank you so much for your gifts of love and your kind words. May the Most High bless you 1,000-fold for whatever your heart's desire. Abracadabra. Yes. Until the next judgment news. Your big sister, the Hebrew Widow, the Hebrew Rose at Jericho out. Shalom. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bring wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. Now be quiet.
Shalom.